Hello and welcome. This is all you need to know ahead of Leinster versus Clermont this Saturday, the 14th of December. Kick-off is at 5:30 p.m. and it's being played at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin. There are a handful of tickets still left on sale. The teams are out and the Leinster team is as follows. Andrew Porter, Ronan Kelleher, Thomas Clarkson, Joe McCarthy, James Ryan, Max Deegan, Josh van der Fleer, Caelan Doris, who's captain, Jemison Gibson Park, Sam Prendergast, Jimmy O'Brien, Robbie Henshaw, Gary Ringrose, Liam Turner, and Geordie Barrett. And the replacements are as follows: Gus McCarthy, Cian Healy, Rabah Slimani, RG Snyman, Jack Conan, Fintan Gunn, Ross Byrne, and Andrew Osborne. Former Clermont player Rabah Slimani is on the bench. He was with them for 7 seasons before joining Leinster. Also, Leinster has a few injury issues. Kieran Frawley, he picked up a back issue in the Bristol game and he does not feature. Also, Jordan Larmour, he picked up an injury and he doesn't feature in the matchday squad. Also, with Hugo Keenan still out, Geordie Barrett gets his first start for Leinster playing at fullback. Also, Sam Prendergast, he gets another run out at 10 for Leinster. Leo was full of praise for him when he was up for media earlier this afternoon, and he said that he'd played well against Bristol and he wanted to see what he could do again against Clermont. Leo also said that he was expecting a very physical, abrasive, and very direct challenge from Clermont. And he said it was difficult given the short turnaround to go from facing Bristol to them. They had very limited session this week. They said only Tuesday and Thursday sessions. And he said it's a very different challenge from Bristol. They're much more, he said that Clermont are a much more conservative side. They don't give as much opportunities as you would get against a team like Bristol. He said they're much more direct, and Leinster would really have to muscle up to go up against them. He also said it was good to be back home after a few weeks on the road, and it was great to be running out at the Aviva Stadium again. And there's a lot of excitement about that, particularly for fans. It'd be the first time Leinster fans will get to see Geordie Barrett at a home game. He also expects a lot of physicality from players like Fritz Lee and George Mawala. He said that they provide a good amount of experience between the young players and maybe some of the internationals that are in the side. He said that he anticipated a lot of kicking, particularly from nine, that Clermont tend to look not to play in their own half and will be intent on pinning Leinster back. And he said the big thing for them is not to get frustrated and to cherish any possession they do get while they have it. And the Clermont team is as follows: Etienne Falgu, Etienne Foucault, Michael Alalatoa, Pefeliato, Rob Simmons, Kylian Tixeron, Alexander Fisher, Fritz Lee, who's captain, Baptiste Jonah, Ire Simone, Alavaretti Raka, George Mawala, Pierre Fuizac, Luca Tozan, Alex Newsom, and the Clermont replacements are as follows: Barnaby Massa, Georgie Akaladze, Christian Ojavan, Oscar Rickson, Antoine Chalut, Sebastian Bezi, Benjamin Ordapileta, and Theo Girard. Head coach Christophe Urios said that he feels that this match will be of test match standard, given how many Leinster players also play for Ireland internationally. He also said, "We are going in with both a bit of fear because it is a big team and we are not as equipped as we would have liked. And at the same time, the desire to express ourselves in a match where we do not have much to lose." He went on to say, "We know them by heart. To shake them up, we have to be able to hit them physically while maintaining control. We must be aggressive, but also keep a cool head and be precise in regard to discipline. We are going to play against a big team that will seek speed, commitment, and precision. We have prepared well, and it will be great. We are not going there for a stroll. We are going there with the desire to progress and see where we are compared to these guys who are at the top." Also, former Leinster prop Michael Alalatoa was talking, and he said, "I tried to share everything I know about this Leinster team, my understanding of their way of playing with the ball, but also in defence and in attack. In fact, it was difficult for me to leave Leinster after a third defeat in a row in the final. I was disappointed not to have been able to help the team reach the Holy Grail in a competition that they particularly love." In terms of form, Clermont are two times French champions in 2010 and 2017. And they're currently third in the top 14 with 32 points. They played 11 games, they've won 7 and lost 4. Their last game out was in the Champions Cup. They had a 28-0 home win against Benetton. That was 4-0. Clermont are actually top of Pool 2, one spot above Leinster due to points difference. In the top 14, they've had 39 tries and 298 points, and that's an average of 3.54 tries per game in the top 14. They have 43 tries across both competitions and an average of 3.6 tries per game across both competitions. Leinster's last game was a 35-12 away win to Bristol. That was 5 tries to 2. Discipline was an issue in that game. They picked up 3 yellow cards. In terms of the URC, Leinster are currently 7 from 7, top of the table with 34 points. They've scored 27 tries this season, and that's an average of 4.6 tries per game. They're currently the top team in the URC in terms of tries scored, and they're second in terms of points scored. However, they're 10th out of 16 in terms of discipline in the URC. Overall, they've conceded 75 penalties so far, which is an average of 10.7 per game in the URC. They gave away 17 penalties last week against Bristol, which brings their total penalty count across the season, across both competitions, to 92, which equates to 11.5 penalties per game across all competitions. Leinster has lost all 3 of the previous meetings between them. They last met in April 2017 in the semi-finals of the European Rugby Champions Cup. Clermont won that match 27-22. They went on to reach the final that year, but they lost out to Saracens in a 28-17 loss to them. Clermont also beat Leinster both home and away in 2012 with a 28-21 win against Leinster on the 15th of December 2012 and a 15-12 win over Leinster on the 9th of December in 2012. Clermont have been in 3 finals in 2017, 2015 and 2013, but they actually haven't won the Champions Cup. Leinster have been in 8 finals. 3 of those have been in the last 3 years, and they've won 4 titles in total, but they haven't won the Champions Cup since 2018. And it's an all English referee panel with Luke Pearce as referee, and his assistants are Jack Makepeace and Jamie Leahy. And the TMO is Stuart Terhege. For TV and radio coverage, it will be on TV in Ireland on RTE2 from 4:45, and in the UK and for streaming, Premier Sports from 5:15. In terms of radio, there's no coverage from RTE, but there will be coverage on KCLR, which is a Kilkenny radio station, and they'll have updates from the match. And just general match info, the official Leinster Supporters Club are calling for fans to create a sea of blue along the route to Aviva Stadium from 3:30 p.m. And the teams are expected at approximately 3:45. So it's worth getting down early for that. There's also going to be a fan zone at Lansdowne Rugby Club. The gates open at 4 p.m. Also, there will be a light show before the game, and you need the Leinster Rugby app for that. I'm actually going to try it out because I'll be there as just a punter. So I'm looking forward to see how that goes. Weather, it's looking pretty dry. It's looking overcast in the afternoon. Temperatures from 7 to 8 degrees, but it will feel much cooler, about 1 to 3 degrees. There's a slight chance of rain before the game, but that's just about 5% chance. But it's looking pretty dry after kickoff. And in terms of the other Irish Champions Cup and Challenge Cup fixtures, Munster play Cast at Stade Pierre Fabre at 8 p.m. tonight. That's Friday the 13th at 8 p.m. That's Irish time. And that game will be on Premier Sports. Ulster face Bordeaux Bègles on Saturday the 14th of December at Ravenhill at 3:15, again Irish time. That game is on Premier Sports and France TV or TV. Connacht face Perpignan in the Challenge Cup on Sunday the 15th at 1 p.m. again Irish time at Stade Am Giral. Again, that match is on Premier Sports. So that's all you need to know ahead of Leinster versus Clermont. As always, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again in another video. Bye now.